So our next topic is section 3.6 batteries, and this starts from page number 86 of NCERT part 1 chemistry, chapter 3 electrochemistry. You can recall that a battery means cells connected in series connection. In physics, you might have studied about this. Now, batteries are made up of cells. So, if we study about cells, we will be able to understand about batteries too. So, basically, batteries are of two types. Or instead of the word battery, since we are studying about one unit, so we'll write cell. Cells are of two types. This cell is in context to batteries. Context to batteries. Primary cell and secondary cell. Primary cell are not rechargeable. Whereas secondary cells are rechargeable. So there could be some other types of cells also, like solar cell, photovoltaic cell. So in this topic of NCERT, this is not covered. So we will study about Leclanché cell in this, dry cell, which is also called as Leclanché cell, and zinc, amalgamated zinc, Hg cell, which is also called as button cell, and in case of secondary cell we will study about NiCad cell, made up of nickel and cadmium, and lead storage cell. Where are they used? This dry cell you will be seeing in torch. This cell you will see in calculators, watches. This type of cell you might be seeing in the cameras. But nowadays the modern cameras which are coming, they contain the same cell which are there in the mobile phones. So when mobile phones were not there, at that time NiCad cell used to be there. But now since mobile phone has come, updation of textbook has not taken place. So the lithium cell is not included. So this NiCad cell is still available in market, but is not that much is in use, because we use the rechargeable cell which we use in mobile phones which contains lithium. Lead storage cell is still in use. It is used in car batteries and inverter complemented batteries, like the electricity which is stored in the batteries by inverting it from AC to DC. There also this lead storage cell is used, in which sulfuric acid is present, and spongy lead and lead oxide is present. So what we have to study in this is, the basic thing we have to study is their construction, how they are formed, and redox reaction involved. That's it. These two things we have to study. These we already know. In where they are used, this we already know. Now let us see Leclanché cell. The cell which you might be using from your childhood itself. In your toys, in your torches, this is used a lot. Leclanché cell or dry cell. In clocks, what do we see there? We see a shiny metallic cap and a metallic container. If you ever had been little naughty enough, and if you would have unwrapped the paper outside, the paper which is there outside this battery, if you would have taken out, on which the name of the brand are written, if you would have taken that out, you might have seen a shiny container. This is zinc cup and this is zinc cap, and inside this zinc cap you will find that there will be a carbon electrode. This carbon electrode is surrounded with a cylindrical paper or cardboard which contains ammonium chloride, and one more concentric cylinder which contains MnO2 plus carbon black. So what happens here? Zinc acts as anode and gives out electron. It forms Zn2 plus and 2 electron comes out. So this takes place at anode, or we can say zinc, the zinc body acts as anode. At cathode what happens? Reduction takes place. How reduction takes place? MnO2 has, this is MnO2 plus 4 oxidation state. It forms Mn. It reacts with NH4 plus and forms Mn OH. So how is it formed? 1 H plus goes to 1 oxygen, and earlier MnO2 was like this. This whole electron goes here. Now Mn becomes devoid of electron, and this electron goes over here. As a result, what happens? It gets reduced to form Mn2 plus, Mn3 plus. This forms Mn3 plus oxidation state. So in this way what happens? Gain and loss of electron takes place. So here gain of electron takes place and here loss of electron takes place. So this is cathode and this is anode. Due to this gain and loss of electron, electricity is produced. So electron is lost by zinc and it is gained by Mn. So if this is the direction of flow of electron, then direction of flow of current will be just the opposite. So this is how Leclanché cell works. Now how a button cell works. The button cell you might have seen inside the calculator or inside your digital watches. It is just like a button. So it looks like this. Inside this there are two layers. The whole outer body is made up of zinc and inside that amalgamated zinc is there. Means zinc imbibed with or assorted with amalgam, means mercury. And in another layer, HgO is there, mercuric oxide. Now what happens? A reaction takes place. Zinc amalgamated with mercury reacts with HgO to form ZnO and liquid mercury. So as a result, what happens? Zinc oxidizes to Zn2 plus and mercury reduces to mercury. So this gain and loss of electron leads to generation of electric current. Now we will see how Nicad cell works. This was Leclanche cell, this was button cell or zinc amalgamated HgO cell. Now we'll see Nicad cell. These are secondary cells. These were primary cells. All these were primary cells. Cannot be recharged. And now secondary cell example we'll see how it works. Construction and the reaction. In secondary cell, cadmium is made to react with nickel oxide in trivalent condition. It forms cadmium oxide, then nickel hydroxide in +2 state. It is more stable than this state. And if we balance this redox reaction, one water will come out. So we can just practice and keep it in mind to not waste time and to write it in the exam when it comes. So simply what is happening is the +3 state is reducing to +2 state. This is a reduction. And 0 state is becoming +2 state. So this is oxidation. Very clearly it is written in the book that this part is not to be studied in an elaborated manner. This much is enough. So due to this gain and loss of electron, electricity is generated. Now fourth and well known, this battery is known to you all. Now here in this case I will not call it as a cell, I will call it as a battery, because there are many small cells which are packed in a plastic box. Which is called as lead storage cell. Lead storage cell as secondary rechargeable cell. Now what is done is a plastic box is taken. You might have seen this plastic box are of various shapes. If it is for bike, it will be small. If it will be for car, it will be bigger. If it will be for heavy vehicles, it will be even bigger. So there will be a plastic box, and in that plastic box there will be various plates inside. Like these plates are there. So these plates are of lead Pb alternated with lead oxide. So in this way there are alternate plates. And after that electrodes are protruded outside from where crocodile pin is put in, and the crocodile pin acts as cathode and anode, and they are interconnected, and finally one positive and one negative terminal is taken out. So we'll decide which one is positive terminal, which one is negative terminal. Before that, I would like to tell you that inside this battery a dangerous chemical is filled in. It is H2SO4. So whenever you handle this battery, handle with care. And this is very much potent H2SO4. Now after putting H2SO4, what happens? When it keeps on working, the concentration of H2SO4 becomes denser and conductivity becomes lesser. Then what happens? In the car battery repairing shop, they put distilled water in that. Alright. So if they will put distilled water in this, diluted with distilled water, so this becomes more conducting. Now what happens when PbO comes in contact with H2SO4? This forms PbSO4 and H2O and all. Also, Pb is, when reacts with H2SO4, also forms PbSO4, and hydrogen comes out, and water medium is there, it forms H2O. Now, in this case, Pb is in plus PbO2 is taken. So in this case, if it is PbO2, so Pb is in plus 4 oxidation state and it forms plus 2. So it is reduction. And this is 0 and this forms plus 2. So this is oxidation. So this is oxidation. This is anode. This will be negative. And this will be in the left side. LOAN. And here what is happening is reduction is taking place. This is reduction. So this is cathode, and at cathode reduction is taking place and it will be at the right side. Now if you go and stand on the opposite side of the battery, the right and left may change. So this is just a convention to keep in mind, that left side oxidation takes place, and where oxidation takes place it is called as anode, and at anode it is negative terminal because electron comes out. Since this is producer of electrons, electron comes out from anode, that is why it is called as negative terminal. So this will be positive terminal and this will be negative terminal. So in this way it is decided. Now these all are connected in series in such a way that all these red colored plates are connected together, and all these black colored plates, for your reference only, it is not red and black as such, are connected together. So they are in series, and hence I call it as a battery because there are many small cells in it. Now how many cells will be there in this depends upon how much big trough we have taken and how much of H2SO4 we have put and how many plates of spongy lead and how many plates of PbO2 we have put. On this it depends. So this was about lead storage battery. Thank you.